Good evening. You're all welcome to Achievers Bridge Career Night. Today being November Career Night 2024, we will be discussing about opportunities in music instrument playing skills. Okay, so my name is Emma Imbiza, the co-founder of Achievers Bridge, which is a personal development company and aiming to create an ideal environment for dreamers to actualize their dreams into reality. And here with me are important guests in the person of Barry G, that's Barry Guitar, and then Naftali,
Don't
okay,
even
also a bassist. Yeah, so and a session with these personalities, believe me when I say a session with these personalities is all you need to turn your music skills into gold, guys. So I believe by the end of the day, those of you who have been, having a great skills in music and playing musical instruments, then will get relevant information on how to turn their skills into silver and gold. So thank you for being here, guys, and thank you for honoring this invitation to come and speak to our audience. So please, can you briefly tell us about yourself, maybe in the next few seconds? So maybe we go with Naftali at the moment. So tell us briefly about yourself for the next few seconds.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Naftali from Borno State, Maiduguri City. By the grace of God, I'm a music producer. I'm into music, and I also play bass guitar and other instruments.
Thank you, thank you. So over to you, Barry Guitar.
All right, guys. My full name is Barnabas Nehemiah. I'm known as Barry Guitar B Music. I'm a music producer and a sound engineer. I'm a member of Koinonia Eternity Network with Apostle Joshua Selman. I work with people like Solomon Lange, G Wills. I've worked with great guys in and around this country. I'm also the CEO of Tehima Global Tehila Music School, and this happens to be one of my best students during their set. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, remember that back then in the ABU area. So I'm currently based in Abuja, Nigeria, and I'm a music artist also. I have songs that's about to hit the wall. So prepare your ears by next year. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was a great one. In case of you guys that are thinking, oh, can Success Tips host, have, musical skills? I'm also a music player, like I play musical instruments. So now this second question goes to you guys. And before then, I have a very special uh, this thing for you guys. So before we go to this question, I will want our viewers to see how skillful these guys are, and then they are gonna tell us about what we can call a music instrumentalist. Like, who are the person we can call a musical instrumentalist, I mean, and how difficult is it to become one. But then we will go with Barry G this time around. But then let me play one of a piece that's from his own end. So enjoy the music, guys. I'm enjoying this already.
Yeah.
So I'm cutting this short, guys. So now for any one of you guys that will want to see more of this music from Barry, please, you can go and check out his YouTube. I'll be dropping in the description of the video. But meanwhile, so Sabari, you saw yourself playing, and then I know you were like, wow, is this me? So can you just tell us who we can call a music instrumentalist, and how difficult is it to become one?
Well, music is an artistic form of expression. Do you understand? So an instrumentalist, music is not taught, it's caught. So an instrumentalist is somebody that understands first the language of expression, secondly, the tool he is using to express what is coming out from within. Do we understand? Music is not just a combination of sound in an orderly manner or artistic form of expression that is incorporating sound. Music itself is a language. Do you understand? So it's an instrumentalist is anybody that understands that language. So
Beautiful.
I have a guitar. What am I trying to communicate to my world? Do you understand? What you just played now is a Western American music. The same guitar, you could watch me play African music, Spanish music, Indian music, Latin music. Do you understand? So there is a particular expression I'm trying to create, but I need a tool that conveys that message according to the people's tradition I am talking with. That
Okay,
is
so
why
how
we have
difficult is
different
it to
gen.
have one? Yeah. How difficult is it for someone to become an instrumentalist? Like,
Well, it's as difficult as not unlocking your understanding. It all lies to the power of transformation, a superior paradigm, thought pattern. This same instrument you see me play can take you so many years to learn. It can take you just days to learn and hours, depending on how your belief system.
that is so deep.
So yes, and depending on the goal and the audience you want to reach with. We have different kinds of music and it's based on exposure. Even as a music producer, my brother Naftali John is a music producer. And you can agree with me that production is based on ideas, right?
Sure. Yes, sir.
And production is based on your target audience. There are people that only produce Afrobeat, they are bad with African music. They are bad with
Yeah.
cultural music like Igbo music and Yoruba music.
Yeah,
There are
so
people
if
that produce how.
yeah, I think if I can pick from what you just stated, I think becoming one of the music instrumentalists depends on your own belief system and then how well prepared your mind is. Okay, we are coming to the rest of the comments. So let's go to Naftali John. But before I give you the mic to tell us, how difficult it is to become an instrumentalist and what you feel an instrumentalist is, let me play this piece from him so you guys can enjoy it also so that you can be able to hear out well whatever he has to say.
It's E piano. It's E piano.
Let me cut it short. Ah, before the audience get to enjoy it and then forget about what they are, supposed to follow. So yeah, so Naftali, back to you. So can you tell
All
us
right.
who we can call an instrumentalist and then how difficult is it to become one?
All right. Thank you guys for this opportunity to add to what my boss here, Barry, said. So, an instrumentalist is somebody that I think to me is somebody that can play any of these instruments that be it guitar, keyboard, um, violin, any of the instruments. But what I would like to talk about is becoming a skillful instrumentalist. It really takes a lot of things to achieve that. And one of the things is one is dedication. You have to be very dedicated to be a good instrumentalist. And then practice. You have to practice frequently. Secondly, and then you have to have a good strong foundation in your music theory. There are a lot of things like you have to know the theory aspect of music. Like you said, music is a language, right? So you have to know the language. You must know how to interpret your music to a point that everybody will understand what you're doing or what you're playing. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. That was so concise, brief. Wow. Thank you so much. I think so. All in all, we're having 60 minutes on this session, and then we're 20 minutes gone already. So now we are going to the next one. Tell us about musical instruments and the open opportunities that exist for all the instrumentalists out there. So we have a bunch of people that have, a lot of skills in this music instruments, but then they find it very difficult, to take out gold out of it, if I may use that word. So, can you tell us maybe majorly focus on the opportunities that exist to all the instrumentalists out there? This time around, let's go with Naftali.
All right. So the truth is there's a lot of opportunities out there as an instrumentalist, and then I think one of them is as an instrumentalist you can work as a music agent. That's one, and also you can be a manager or a promoter. And then thirdly, you can also work or manage a music label. You can manage a music label as an instrumentalist. Thank you.
Wow, wow, that's great. So down to you, Barigida.
Okay, as an instrumentalist, the opportunities that are available for you are vast as your thought patterns. Do you understand how far your mind can go? Personally, number one, you can be a music producer as an instrumentalist because music production is basically tied to ideas and how you know how to play around with your instrument. Number two, people can call you even if you're not a music producer to track for them in the studio and they can pay you money. Number three, here in Abuja, there are churches that hire instrumentalists. I was an instrumentalist for a church. They were paying me 50,000 at some point. The church hired me for a sound engineer. They were paying me 100,000. There are people that play instrumentalists handsomely, and then you can be an instrumentalist for artists, music artists. Some of these secular artists have their instrumentalists. Gospel artists have their instrumentalists. Don't see Onyeka. They travel around. Nathaniel Bassi, so it can afford you the luxury of flying to different countries your money cannot afford. Can you see? So being an instrumentalist can give you exposure. It can give you access to relationships. People that on a normal day you wouldn't have access to meet them. One day I was on my bed and Solomon Lange called me and I was surprised. A friend told him about me and he saw my video and he insisted I should come. Do you see that?
Sure.
Number three, yes. So being an instrumentalist also, it can be a stream of income. Do you see most of these phone companies, iPhones, Hawaii, Samsung, all these caller tunes were tracked by instrumentalists and they collect royalties from them. Do you see that? This some
Sure.
Project Fame, what a feeling. That was Nathaniel Bassey's voice. He's a singer. MTN, you have all it takes to be better. You have all it takes. That was Nosa's voice. That's an instrumentalist. Do you understand? So, according to the possibilities that are created in your head, that's how far your opportunities are.
In your
As
head,
I'm
I
talking
think
to
that was
you,
very, 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 very deep in your head.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the greatest limitation is your mindset. Right now in Abuja, this is festive period. We have all churches going for carols and they're looking for people. As I'm talking to you, I've been receiving messages on my phone. Churches looking for guitarists, keyboardists. I've been assigning people to them. These are opportunities.
Am
These
I
are
sure I'm not
money
going to
flowing.
pick those opportunities?
Yes. And so you can freelance online. You can teach people online. Listen, there is nothing like I don't have a job or I'm waiting for whosoever it is, the government. No. With your phone, with your instrument, you can go on Fiverr and play a bass sample and record it and export it and sell your samples. Do you see that? You can have people. I have a friend that started tracking only bass guitar online. He started tracking bass online. Before you know, the person wanted him to track the full song. He said he cannot track, so he forced him to go and learn production. Before you know, he had to go and learn video. Now the guy bought Shaw mic, Recently, we were contributing for our friend's wedding. He contributed 50,000, and I was like, "Oh, you're going to be my chief guest during my wedding." Are you getting it? So there are the possibilities that you are only limited by the creativity in your mind. Have you been to an ATM before? You've been to
Sure.
an ATM, right?
Multiple
Did you
times,
hear
yeah.
that ringing? You hear it from ATM, right?
Sure, sure.
That was an instrumentalist. That's a violin. This guy is being paid for working for banks. The music is entertaining you. You are enjoying the music. This down, down.
I
That's an
I think
instrumentalist.
I think what one of the good thing I love about this show today is it kindles up hope for all, the individuals that are having this musical instrument skills. Like, if I happen to be a musical instrument, as my profession, then this show is an eye opener, like, to tell me the, unending possibilities and opportunities that exist in the music sphere, like, to be specific, the music instrumental. Now, so this takes us to the next one. Okay, now, having heard about the opportunities that exist, in the musical instruments, like, there's definitely one out of them that will always top the chart as, the most common one that draws most of the opportunities. Okay, so I know we may want to say, okay, all of them, draw opportunities, but I just definitely they are not all going to be the same. Okay, so in your own opinion, like, which one draws the most opportunity, like, in all the musical instruments that exist out there? Just one, just one.
Me, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go with Sabi
Um,
now. Yeah,
okay.
just
The
one.
is
Yeah,
like I said, the instrument that carries the most opportunity is the one in your head, according to your uniqueness. All instruments operate in the same level. These instruments are just tools for you for expression. Do you understand? Believe me, you've seen me play a guitar before, right?
sure, sure,
So
sure. So
how
now,
unique you
so sorry,
well
let
person
me still come in. So from your own response, you don't have any specific one that is, drawing the most opportunity, if I get you? Like, they all have the
but
same thing
then
depending on you as an individual?
I prefer the acoustic guitar. Do you know why?
Beautiful. Okay, okay,
The acoustic guitar is easy to carry around. Do you understand?
okay.
My brother Naphtali is laughing. Do you know why?
I'm coming to him. I'm gonna hear from his own end too. Yeah.
You cannot carry a bass and start going around to play. You will need lights to connect. Am I making sense?
Go on,
You
sir.
can't
Go
carry
on, sir.
keyboard
Yeah.
The
around.
viewers are
It's
all
heavy.
learning. Yeah.
You cannot carry drums on your head and start going around. Do you understand?
That's so funny though, but the truth. Yeah.
But you can acoustic is easy and that is one of the reasons why I had to go and learn acoustic guitar because it's easy to carry around, it's flexible, like it does not need much for you to be announced. It can create opportunities for you. Do you understand?
Sure, sure, sure. I
And
think
meanwhile, acoustic, and meanwhile, that's not the only instrument I play. Do you understand?
sure, sure, sure.
Yes. So,
So, so
so can
thank
you
you.
hear me very well?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very loud,
Uh,
though with some
So,
background noise, but
I'm moving away so that you people can see my face very well. Hope you can see
okay,
me now.
okay. Yeah, sure.
So, in essence, what I'm saying, sorry, in 30 seconds, that the reason I was a bassist, right? So I became a lead guitarist, but I discovered that the demand, your reward in life is according to the demand for what you do. Anything
Yeah.
you are doing and it's not in high demand, you'll be poor. I discovered there are a lot of basses. So everybody and so what, I play bass. I'm very unique. You know me from AB. I switched back to lead. I discovered, yeah, this guy is doing well. There, he's playing guitar. He's the best. He's one of the best in lead guitarists. But there were still lead guitarists. You understand? But you
Sure,
will not find one or two or three people doing what that thing I'm playing on acoustic guitar. And the reason is because I discovered that it's easy to move around. You can carry it and go and sit down in a shopping mall. Like I'm going to Jabi Lake Mall, ShopRite, to go and sit down with my guitar. And I bet you that I'm going to get money from there because I know what is in my head already. That's an opportunity I'm going to create for myself. You see that?
Okay, so now, yeah, so from what you're saying, you go with an acoustic guitar. So let's get to hear what Naftali John has to say about which of the instrument carries the most opportunities. Yeah.
All right. Um, to me, actually, I started with drums. So after learning drums, I now realize that we have a lot of drummers around. So from there, it's somehow competitive to me. So I now said, okay, let me switch to keyboard. I now started learning keyboard, and then along the way, I now realized that there's still a lot of pianists in here in Meduguri. So I now said, let me switch to guitar. To me, oh, his points are valid. Actually, they are valid. But
I
to
love this.
me,
Yeah, go on.
to me, it's it's 100% depends on your level of excellence. It 100% depends on your level of excellence. Once you're good on any of these instruments, any of the instruments, definitely it will pay you well. 100% depends on your level of excellence. How competent enough are you on your instrument?
Okay, so if I get
Yeah.
you, you are not going to take any side. It's just strictly
Yes,
on
I
what.
can't. I can't tell you it's acoustic keyboard or lead guitar. It's 100% depends to
But
me.
if you
Oh,
have to choose one,
100% depends on your level of
but
excellence.
if you have to choose one, if they tell you,
If
okay,
I'm
come,
to choose
Naftali,
one,
you like they tell you now, okay, come, Naftali, okay, just choose one that you feel is the most, the one that draws most of the opportunities now that you're an instrumentalist, so you gotta choose just one. So what are you gonna choose?
I'll choose guitar, bass guitar.
Wow. So
Yeah, I'll
I
choose
think
bass
I
guitar.
Ah,
wow,
you are
wow,
being
wow.
biased.
I really love this
I'll choose
conversation,
bass.
but
Do
yeah,
you know
but I
why?
think
Do you
one
know
of the,
why?
yeah, okay, okay, yeah, go on.
Sabari, do you know why?
I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
You know the reason why I choose bass.
No, I'm
Don't
getting you.
Um,
totally say that, yeah.
uh, to me, um, I don't, I don't know whether it's me, oh, but based on the live recordings that I've seen, most of the time I don't usually see an acoustic players in live recordings, right? I don't normally see them. So I don't know whether it's my environment, sha. I don't know whether it's my environment, but I think people don't usually look for acoustic players that much. I don't know.
And do
Okay,
you know
yeah.
why?
But don't get me wrong.
Okay,
Do
okay,
you know?
maybe
Do you
just
know why?
30 seconds to Barry before we move to the next one, yeah.
So when Indomie came to Nigeria, right?
Yeah,
There were people didn't know Indomie. There was no demand for Indomie. In fact, some people are thinking this is poison. What is this? Do you understand?
yes,
Indomie
sir.
created Indomie created a need by advertisement. Do you understand?
Yeah,
You remember that small girl on TV that will carry one Indomie and put the hole in her mouth and one will be left. Then she will draw it like this. You remember?
yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that
okay.
so it begins to get to children. So this is what I'm saying. If there is no need for what you are doing, you need to create one. You understand?
yeah.
If I step my leg in Meduguri, I'm telling you, I will pack your customers. Most of them will turn to acoustic guitars. No, that's
Okay,
the
I
truth.
think having said this, you guys, having said that, so
Okay,
I
okay,
think
okay.
Yes.
I love the direction this conversation is taking. Like,
Mhm.
it's
All right,
I love the way the conversation is more or less like a casual conversation, so that we just dig deep into the main content
Sabari,
of what our viewers need to
Sabari,
know.
agreed.
Of course.
Okay,
No,
okay,
and you see, of a truth, let me tell you
so
something. It depends on your target audience. Do you understand? Who
Yeah,
you want to reach. Now, acoustic guitar is a guitar you can play and sing with, has a lot of techniques, like the bass,
yeah,
it does. But flexibility, compatibility, you can't go to a marketplace and start playing bass if you don't have access to light. Do you get?
okay,
so
yeah, yeah, that's true.
we are
You,
coming back to this debate, guys. So we don't take more time on this, but believe you me, it was a very interesting conversation. But then one thing I will want you guys to take as our viewers out there, we are actually having this conversation not to maybe make any of the instruments, look like it's an irrelevant instrument or anything, but we are just
Yeah.
trying to make you guys to understand that any of the instruments that you are playing, any of the instrument that you have the skills in, both of them said something that it's very, 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 very important, and you guys need to pick that up. It depends on your level of knowledge in that instrument that you are playing, and it depends on the innovation that you can be able to put in whatever instrument you are playing. But then forgetting the fact that forget the fact that this one is the best, this one is not the best. As long as you can become very excellent at whichever instrument that you are at, then that is going to be one of the game changers for you. Thank you so much, Sabari and Naftali, for that. That was a very intense one. So we move to the next one. So now, um, is there anything like an instrumentalist as a full-time job opening? Like is there anything like that? Maybe we can just use a short response to this so we can move to the next one. Like so that all the people that are watching us, let them know that if there's anything like an instrumentalist as a job, just the way we have an engineer looking for job and then he finally lands in his own job and then he goes there you know as his full-time job. Like so we just want the viewers to know if actually the word instrumentalist is a job that exists to have a full-time on it. Yeah, before we move to the
Okay,
next question, maybe we start with Naftali this time around.
sure.
All right. Okay. I think the answer to this question is yes. So, and then for somebody like me now, I'm not doing anything. I'm into music fully. I take music as a full time job. I'm a music producer and then song arranger. I do song arrangement and other stuff. Well, so the answer to this question, let me just be snappy, is yes.
Thank you
Because
very
we have a
much.
lot of we have a lot of people. You can be anything in music. You can be a music therapist. You can still lecture in music. So you can take music as a full time job. Let me just stop here. I will not
music
waste time.
instrument music instrument skills though. Yeah, so back to you,
Yeah,
Barry.
Yes, you can be a full-time instrumentalist, like fully,
yeah,
and multiple streams of you can create multiple streams of income around musical instruments, because
Beautiful.
multiple streams of income is defined as building investment across your line of passion. Did you see that? So I can become a full-time instrumentalist playing for a band, playing for a church. People play for clubs. Do you see that? Like me
yeah,
now, I don't think there's anything I'm doing aside music. Music is the face of my influence. So I can track for people online. I can still create samples. These are streams of income. I can go for gig. I can go for outdoor performances. I'm a music mentor to many people. I have a music
Okay.
academy. You can be a music consultant. Do you see that? Different secondary schools in Nigeria, different schools abroad online. You just go and get a certificate and it will certify your excellence, your level of delivery. You have it already. So that is just an accreditation. I guess I've answered your question.
Beautiful, very beautiful. So now, whoever that has been thinking, okay, he has a musical instrument as a skill, so then that person is just running helter skelter, like a person that doesn't have direction. Meanwhile, that person have an instrument playing skills, like the music instrument playing skills. You have heard what these veterans in musical instruments are saying. So please just know that if you have any of the music instrument skills, please take it from these two guys. Believe you me, guys, when I tell you, when you come in contact with these guys, just as you're hearing them now, then you have gotten all it takes for you know to propel your career, bring out gold and silver in your musical instrument skill. So just know that there's something called a musical instrumentalist as a full-time job. Now this takes us to the follow-on question, like, okay, now that we know there's a job, there's a music instrumentalist as a job. Now, how competitive can that job be? Let's say in the term of jobs now, maybe someone being employed, as an instrumentalist. Like, how competitive that is? Is it something that can be able to make someone, to be able to live any kind of a standard life that that person is, dreaming of? Maybe this time around we start with Sabari.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Now, according to my last research, right,
Sure,
I
go on.
discovered in the UK, I asked a research, I asked Meta about instrumentalist payment in the UK and the US. Now, if I can remember my figures very well, in Nigeria, instrumentalists are paid between the range of 50 to at most, if you try, at most 150,000 naira, right? In the UK, if I remember my research very well, I will get the exact figures later and show you. But then instrumentalists are paid anything like $20,000 pounds, sorry.
Uh,
And you know what that means? Yes, yes. Nat, you know what that means?
yes,
Sound,
That's a huge
sound,
amount of
that's
money,
huge
man.
amount of money. Yeah.
like
Very huge amount of money, yeah.
if they pay you for one, yes. I think I'm still trying to get my this is very clear. But as an instrumentalist in the UK or the US, if they pay you for 1 year or for 1 month, you can come back to Nigeria and build a house.
Wow,
Do you see
that's
that?
so deep. I think
And
this response answers that very question. Yeah.
and number two, your reward in life is measured by three indices. Your first, the need for what you do. If there is no need for the instrument you play in your particular environment, change instrument, swap. If not, you be poor.
That's very deep.
Like Nat
I love
say, he
that.
has not seen acoustic guitarists. So chances are that if you are an acoustic guitarist in Meduguri, you might not survive it.
I
Do you see
love
Yeah.
that?
this.
Then number two, your ability to do what you
I
do
hope
talks of
I hope all the
excellence.
viewers are paying attention to all these things because these are important key points that you need to take attention, to.
Do you understand? Your ability to do what you do. That's talking about excellence. Do you understand? How well do you play your instrument? Number three means is the difficulty in replacing you. Let's be honest. Before you, there was a superstar. It's your own time now. After you, there will still be another one. But how easy is it to replace you? How long will you be relevant in the table of greatness? People like Nathaniel Bassey have been singers for a very long time and they've been relevant. Do you see that? Till today, people are still listening to them. There are people that started with Nathaniel Bassey and they are not relevant. Our father, Dr. Parampasi Paul, celebrated 40 years on stage. Do you see that? As a musician. What you are doing, difficulty in replacing you talks about uniqueness. Ability to do talks about excellence. Two different things. You can be doing
Thank
what everybody is doing excellently, right? But you might not be unique. If I want to play guitar to a Hausa man, it's not the same thing as I want to play guitar to an Englishman. Do you see that? So your uniqueness will create your relevance for a longer lasting time. And then systems you create around your life will guarantee the sustainability of your success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. I think that was also in another perspective. So, down to you, Naftali John. Maybe let's see a reflection from your end on that very question. So, like, how competitive is the compensation for anyone that can play musical instruments? Like,
All right. To add to what Barry said, see, the truth about this thing is, see, your level of experience in this journey matters. Your level of experience in this journey matters, and also your location plays a vital role in music. It determines how much people will value you. So, like for
that's
sorry,
very deep.
Sabari,
Like, very
yes.
very deep.
Yes.
If you're doing, let me give an example. If you're doing music here in Meduguri, to some extent, there is a see. I don't think there's any place. Sorry, people of Meduguri, no vex. There's
I love
there's
this
a particular
conversation.
there's a particular amount that Meduguri people cannot pay you as an instrumentalist. But once you realize that you're not growing in a particular, change location, like how like the way Barry said, change location, just so that you have more experience, and then you meet people, and so that you create a relationship. It's by meeting people that you know whether you are capable or not. Thank you.
Wow, wow.
So
So
adding to what I said, I got the exact figures. You see, in Nigeria, a full-time instrumentalist receives 50,000 to 200,000, right?
Okay.
Now in the UK, they pay per hour in the US. Do you understand? And for
Okay.
a full-time instrumentalist, the least instrumentalist receives $2,500 per month,
Bam. That is it. Bam.
and the highest can receive $5,000. You convert it to naira.
It's a huge money.
That's a
It's
Look
very
at the
that's a
massive
way.
money.
disaster. That's a disaster, man.
Do you see
Yeah,
that?
So
These are
yes.
for upcoming instrumentalists. Now, a music producer, the least music producer in abroad charges $3,000. Are you aware of that? That is why
No,
people
sir.
come online in search of clients, in search of producers from Nigeria that can produce them, and they give them 400, $500, and you think, me, I've made it online, I produce, and they give me 500. I was with my brother yesterday, he produced for 1 million naira. He was producing for a Facebook friend, he's charging him like $500. I was with him the other time, he charged a Philippine $400. Do you see that? Now they see it as cheap. My boss here produces a woman in Germany and he charges her. In fact, you see people being charged $400, 300, and they are like, why is your charge so very cheap? In the US, you don't charge like that, and our work is super excellent. You see that? Like my
sure.
brother Nat said, exposure, the level of experience. See, let me tell you the truth. You know me, I don't do mediocrity in my life. See, if I'm sorry to say, if you understand Hausa good, if you don't understand Hausa, look for interpreter. In Zamwe Abuna Mwish me kyau, a tuɓe riga, a ga maza ido. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't just go and you are all this music daddy instrumentalists are back at 2.5, 5,000 for what? When will you build a house and buy a car with 2.5? You have to create
That,
a mark on earth. You don't have time. You- Even if I play guitar with the back of my hand or with leg, God will bring us to that day. Let me know if I exaggerate, sir.
sure, 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 sure. So yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for that submissions. Yeah. So now, the next one is what is the future of musical instrument skills? Like, what's the future of musical instrument skills? Before we take a very short break, before we resume back, we need to just have a brief comment about this. This is 37 minutes gone already, so just less than 23 minutes left for our session, but we have a few more questions. But then let's answer this one and then take a break before you come back. So now, what's the future of musical instrument? Now, this question is in relation to someone may be thinking, okay, we have artificial intelligence that can be able to create any form of sounds with any kind of instrument, with freestyles and the rest. But then that person is an instrumentalist, but then having that kind of a belief. So you as professionals and as veterans, like, what comment do you have on that? What's the future of someone who can be able to play, musical instrument excellently? Let's start with Naftali this time around. Yeah.
All right. I think the future of musical instrument skill is a blend of tradition, should I say tradition and innovation, right? While technology continues to, it helps us to shape the industry. So I know that technology that are helping us, they are doing a lot of things to replace humans in the music. Like if you're a music producer, there are a lot of things that you don't have to stress yourself doing them, right? Sabari, you don't have to stress yourself doing them.
Yeah.
The technology will help you to do all that stuff. But still, but still, there's a lot of things as an instrumentalist you need to put in order. Like he said, your mindset and your ideas. I don't think this it is. I don't think the technology can help you to do everything 100%. You have to command it. Even though they are helping, understand? They are helping, they are contributing, but still, there is still chance for instrumentalists in the future. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I love that. Very brief and concise, straight to the point. Yeah, over to you, Sabai. The
Well,
future of the music
you-
instrument skills, Yeah.
first of all, there is no robot that can replace human. I want science to get this thing straight. You understand? There's something we call intrinsic value, is the value within. I quote the Bible, say the gift of a man, not the gift around a man. Plugins are giftings around people. Do you get it? All these digital audio workstations, there are giftings that were created by human innovation. The human computer is a copyright of the human brain, is a limited version of the human brain. Do you understand? Believe me, our world is influenced by our imaginations. So there is no how the product of our imaginations can replace us as humans. It can only replace people that don't know how to use their brain. Because
Yeah.
you can create a system that will malfunction. But the human being is a system that was created that can never malfunction. The only thing that malfunction is when you are careless with your health or you have genetic diseases. Do you understand? So every instrumentalist, the Bible says, in the last days, knowledge is increasing. Do you understand? As knowledge is increasing, your imagination and creativity. There was a time we did not have a platform like this to be able to connect from different cities. But then we connected from we use an analog world, right? People still cash out on the analog world. But now that we have a digital world, gradually paper money is disappearing. We have electronic money now. So you go electronically. People still succeed on social media, but the same skill, the skill did not change. Social media cannot influence the way you succeed. It cannot change. Do you understand? Technology, the plugins, those things that were created, those softwares were from hardware first, and they were a product of human imagination. Do you understand? So no matter the amount of robots that we have, it is you that will need to give the robot the command that it will be executed.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it is you that still get rewarded for how to use the robot. So softwares don't operate themselves. Do you get that? So if you are good, your success will move from an analog to a digital world. That means you will succeed electronically. It's just a change of dispensation. Are you getting it? We move from a crude state, an analog world, to a. Let me tell you the truth. Create any form of. If I have any form of software that can play guitar, me the way I am now, I will play better than the person that doesn't have the idea in my head. Do you know that?
Sure.
I'll play. There is. If you don't know how to play guitar, you don't know it. If you don't know how to play keyboard, you don't know it. Software cannot help you play what is not in your head. Our body is just like a is just like a battery. Our mindset is like a battery that powers our body. Our body is just responding to the quality of our mindset. You play guitars, the two of you. You know what we call a hammer-ons and pull-off. You understand? It's not your hand that does the hammer-ons and the pull-offs. It's your head first. The product of your imagination. The scale you are running starts from your head to your hand. I seen it. So you cannot use the software with your hand and play what is not in your head. I hope I answered the question.
Sure, 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 sure.
So the
So
future of every instrumentalist is in their hands. It's in their head, sorry, not in their hands.
yeah, so thank you so much, guys. So maybe we take off just a minute break so that we can be able to resume back. So we enjoy one of the music here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's E piano.
Okay, so welcome back, guys, to the
Wow, that's
continuation of
powerful.
the session. Oh, I love this. You are together with your guitar. So
Yes.
yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for staying this long to this session. So we proceed to the next question. So we are just 15 minutes to the close of our time, and then we are having about 4 questions left. Okay, so now we will try as much as possible, to be as brief as possible on our responses so that we can hit up to the timeline that we're having. So the next question is, briefly tell us how your journey of being an instrumentalist started. Okay, so this time around, let us go with Sabari. I can see with your guitar, so maybe you briefly tell us how your musical instrument skills, started the journey. Over to you.
Well, my musical journey started from passion. Do you understand? I had the passion to do something in life. I wanted to see myself at on top of the world. Actually, it started by a desire to have fame, to make money, and to be celebrated. That's not a very wrong desire.
A
But
very good one.
yes, as I grew, I became responsible. I discovered that my
Oh,
desire
it
shifted,
seems we lost you at
and
some points. Yeah.
yeah, so I now had the desire to influence my world. I saw so many people that were dying, their potential was not unlocked, and then they need to create wealth to be able to be of a blessing to be comfortable and to be a blessing to the dying world. Do you understand? So I started writing since when I was very young. I started as a drummer. I played in different bands in shows. 2006, I was playing for a wedding. They were paying me already as a drummer. So when I went to secondary school, I learned how to play guitar. I was a bassist for a long time. So I now had it in mind that I want to be a full musician. And the easiest way for me to do is to be able to learn all the instruments that will be able to make me become productive. At least if academic fail, as it is failing people now in the case of minimum wage, it doesn't do anything for you. The economy is hard.
That's another
There is
topic.
po-
That's
yes, there
another
is
topic.
of course, there is potential for you to fall back to. Do you understand? So no matter how your salary is, you cannot be able to afford you anything now. You know it. And the way Nigeria is behaving as if they don't want to change in time. So I learned musical instruments. I now, at the final stage, I decided to learn music production. I now discover music production is easier if you're an instrumentalist. Do you understand? Right now, I hope I'm saying something
Yes, yes,
naturally.
sir.
So once you're an
Yes,
instrumentalist, it's
sir. Yeah,
easier for you
sure.
to produce music because the software is just 10%. Yeah, God bless you for that. The software is just 10% of what you need. Do you understand? So I can sit down and create beats, samples, and be able to make money. So over time, I discovered that okay, the finances I am going to get now, I can use it to impact my world. It has been a very beautiful music journey from the days of junior seminary. In my secondary school, I attended a junior seminary there in Bamba in Yola. I came to ABU, met a lot of beautiful music guys. I had to go back to Yola to learn production. Here I am in Abuja. The world is a better place. You need to be better. If not, you will keep thinking the world is a bad place. The Bible says darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness the people. Um, Things will not get good anytime soon. It is you that will get better. You change things by changing. Do you understand? So anything that is happening around you is with your permission. You need to rise and change. I have changed people's life today as a result of this musical instrument. People can invite me as a public speaker to go and play, to go and speak with them because I've been transformed based on the area of my passion. The laws are the same, it's just the destination that is different. So music has really to help me in my spiritual journey, in my mental capacity. Sometimes I can just go to a shopping mall like Jabi Lake Mall here. We have shop right in Jabi. You will sit down and there water is flowing. You just sit down with your guitar before you know you start playing one or two samples. People gather around you. You begin to talk to them. You unlock their potential. You can even preach the name of Jesus to others. You can even get money. I went to take shy one day in Yola and I went with my guitar. And those people say I must sing for them. I say okay, no problem. I went with 200 naira. And after finish playing, soyayya ruwan zuma. Aye, soyayya ruwan zuma. Aye, soyayya ruwan zuma a ji daɗi. So I went with 200 naira and I came back with 1,600 plus the meshai. He gave me chai for free. Do you see that? This is this is a Hausa culture. This is a cultural Hausa something. Now, believe me, I told you music is artistic form of expression. Hope you can get me.
Yeah, sure,
There
sure.
are things
So
I can.
we
There
we
are
can summarize. We are about just less than 10 minutes left, and we have other questions. So you can just summarize. So Naftali can tell us. Yeah.
so in essence, a journey. Being an instrumentalist has helped me in the area of my spiritual life, financial life, transformational life, and relationship life. Do you understand? I'm getting to know Naftali John for the first time, and believe me, whether you like it or not, we are friends already. And I'm going to come to Medjugorje,
Sure.
Yeah,
whether you
sure.
people invite me or not. You see that?
Sure,
Now,
sir.
inside our head, we are doing collab already. A bassist and a guitarist, two music producers. We can send each other
Yeah,
samples, and you see that. So he can play
yeah,
something, I can add something on it, and we are
yeah,
below two
sure.
of us. That's it. And one day
Yeah.
he will be
Over.
in Abuja,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll be there.
Yeah.
So
Over
thank
to you.
you.
Yeah. Over to you, Naftali. So can you tell us your music journey, like your music instrument journey?
All right. I see, guys. Let me just be sincere with you people. I started my journey. I think Biza knows I'm a typical village boy. Typical
Sure.
village
Sure.
boy. So I started my journey. Yes, I started my journey in one village called Goshe in Goza. So I started as a drummer. I started learning drums. It was all passion actually. So from there we now relocated to Adamawa State, Mubi precisely. It's when I went to Mubi I saw people that can play instrument very well. It's when I went there I now got exposed to many things. It's there I saw people like G Wheels, them GC, them Samquada and all these guys. It's there when I saw them that I've started, so there's a lot of things for me to learn. So I started when I was small. I think I started playing instrument when I was in JS2. JS2. From there, I now started meeting people that I know that can play better than me. So one thing to me I think one of the most important thing for you to learn instrument well is you have to very humble, learn from people. Like where me I'm Barry now, I know that I will learn a lot of things from Barry. I will learn a lot of things because pronouns for is my boss. Okay. So from there I now got admission to University of Maiduguri. When I came, I now met another different set of people. From there, I now start pushing, practicing, practicing, doing all night by myself in the church, playing. I said, I know I'm a village boy, but I know I can do it. Right? I know I can do it. So everything was just passion. Once you're passionate, then you can do anything that you want to do in music. Yes. Once you're passionate, you can do everything. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much. Thank you so much. So our time is long gone, and we have two more questions here. And I think what I will do is I will put up the two questions as a one question so that we can be able to summarize it and then close at the 7 on a dot. Then I
Mm.
believe after the live session, then we can have a catch up discussion at the end of the session. So now the last question is this. Okay, so one word of advice to all musical instrumentalists out there, and then also plus any other thing you feel you need to add, so that maybe perhaps there are other things that I left out in the questions that are lingering in. Maybe you can be able to add one or two things before you close for the session. So let's go with Naftali this time around. Then Barry will summarize it for us. Then I will close the session. Yeah.
Okay. My advice to instrumentalists out there is see, like Barry said something. I was so impressed. See, abun nan za ka yi shi da gaskiya ka yi shi da gaskiya. That's the truth. Riyazas. Like, if you want to be a good instrumentalist, you have to riyaz. Riyaz like mad. Riyaz. Riyaz. Just riyaz. In fact,
If there's one
before I
word
even
for
buy
you,
anything, sense
rehearse.
rehearse.
Yeah.
It's rehearsal. Yes. Be committed to what you're doing. Make sure you rehearse very well. Spend time indoors and rehearsing. That's just my advice to instrumentalists out there.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was so
And
great.
also please connect to
Yeah.
other people. Yes, yes, you have to connect to other people. Build relationship. Relationship helps a lot in music. You can't know everything, so build relationship. Meet different people from other parts of the country, or let's like say in other states in Nigeria. If you cannot reach to other people outside, reach to other people that are around you, other states, and then connect with them. Create a relationship. You will learn a lot of things from them, and you grow faster.
Wow. This is a word of advice from someone that is an excellent instrumentalist. Let's go down to the next other mogul that is on this show. So down to you, Barigida, to
Well,
summarize. Yeah, your word of advice, and
as
then
my
any other
brother,
thing you need to add.
Naphtali said, right? One, rehearsals. Excellence. You don't compromise excellence. The world hates mediocrity. You understand? It's either you are all or non law according to Newton's law of motion. You understand?
Mashallah.
Number two, diligence. There's a difference between excellence and diligence. Diligence deals with devotion, discipline,
Yeah,
whether it is sweet, it is not
yeah,
sweet. You don't say, like, I'm a good instrumentalist already. I will not say, okay, tomorrow I want to rehearse this, then I will not rehearse again, then tomorrow I'll rehearse. You will be pegged at a certain level of transformation. You'll be pegged at a certain level of growth. Do you
yeah,
understand? Then discipline. There's difference between learning and learning the right thing, knowing and knowing the right thing. I know a lot of instrumentalists that are excellent, but they play a lot of nonsense. Do you know that? You will never go anywhere.
yeah,
Do you get that? Then target market. The first day you start learning music, have it at the back of your mind. I think if I'm going to be present in this show, I'm going to teach about the business part of music, business model canvas. Who are your audience? Be good like anything in this life. Not everybody will listen to you. Even you, do you listen to everybody?
yeah,
My sheep know me. I know my sheep. Do you see that? There are people that listen to you and there are people you listen to. My sheep hear my voice. That means there are audience that nobody can snatch away from me. My sheep, nobody can take them away from me. If you are born in northern Nigeria, accept your culture. You can borrow from other people's culture, but influence your environment first. Play anything Western, they may never invite you to United States of America. Racism may be there and other factors. Do you see that? I see a lot of instrumentalists playing things that will not benefit them. Let's just play jazz. And at the end of the day, they are poor. The Bible says the wisdom of the poor. So understand your target market. Know your channels of distribution, how you communicate your audience, social media, other distribution platforms. Success is discovery, documentary, and packaging. Set goals for your life.
yeah,
I have goals for this year that I said. Next year, there is this thing that I want to achieve in bass guitar. Do I want to achieve slap within a month? Do I want to achieve this technique? Do I want to achieve harmonics? Do I want to know how to play bass chord in what time? Be strategic. Okay, I want to learn all the keys on acoustic guitar. Personally, I used to set goals like January, we have 12 keys in music, right? Every month I learn one key. 30 days I use it to learn one key. So I can learn the key of C on acoustic this month. Run all the solos, run everything I'm running, the pentatonic scale, the Latin scale, the Arabian, everything. So that
We
is
are
how
less
it is
than
on bass.
we are less than 60 seconds, sir. You can round up. Yeah.
So that is exactly my advice. Know what you want, be strategic and be diligent and be committed. Then efficiency with time. They say right, consistency with time is the mother of efficiency. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And obviously, there's no any question that requires any response from the comments. So I think this was a very, very great session, and I so much learned a lot of things from the session personally. And this is a very, very, very great session. If you are a musical instrumentalist out there, this is something that you need to, pay so much attention to. And then, even if it means for you to watch over and over again, please do that. And I want to appreciate our guests here. Thank you for giving us and blessing our audience out there. And then thank you also to the audience for staying to the end of this career night. Achievers Bridge Career Night is a monthly virtual event that holds every last Sunday of the month. And I want to assure you that Achievers Bridge Career Night will give you the best when it comes to, unlocking your dreams, as we will connect you with all the relevant information needed for your dreams to come to reality. Okay. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do that now, because we do upload videos on weekly basis also, just to shine more light, to your way. So see you guys in December career night. But before then, enjoy this beautiful piece of music. Yeah.